We are going to perform a test today. I had someone that specifically wanted something done, and this is going to be right from the Flash Builder development environment rather than using this plugin as I normally would, just because I don't have a whole bunch of a lot of projects in here. So we're going to go to File, we're going to open a new Flash project. And we're just going to do some basic text stuff because someone really wants to know how to select text. And unfortunately, I haven't found an easier way to do this. Maybe someone else could enlighten me. But for right now, I'm just going to show some basic custom text stuff. So we're going to use all the defaults and let that load. And now that we're here, we are going to, we're just going to add a rich text field for now. And we're going to put rich text just for now, and that will change later. And we want the top to be about 15, and the right will have also 15, and we're going to give this an ID name of header 1. Okay, and for the text itself, we'll just say this is the home page. Now, if we were to go into design view real quick, and I can't see anything yet. What did I do wrong? Oh, there it is over there. Why is it over there? I must have accidentally put right instead of left. Yep. Okay. So left is 15. Save this, go back into the design view. And we see this is the home page. Now that text is kind of small. Let's just crank it up a little bit, just for kicks. We could click convert to CSS, but that's not going to be necessary because if we go back into the source code here, now maybe that didn't work quite the way I thought it would. That's alright now. So we're going to go back over to design view here. Now we're just going to go ahead and convert that to CSS. And we're going to define the style in new. But let's not go with specific components. Actually, yeah, we will. Specific components would be good. We'll click new, and we'll just call the style. We'll just call it styles.css. Click finish. And okay. Now, unfortunately, this didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. It put the extension on there for me automatically, so we're just going to rename this. Okay, on that. And we'll rename this to styles.css. And then we're going to have to go back to the MXML page and go into the source here, and under this style source here, we just want to delete that there and save it. everything is just the way we want it. Now, the other thing I'd like to do is create an assets folder. So create a new folder, and we'll call it assets. My fingers on the wrong keys today. Okay, now there are some assets. Now typically I put like images, sound files, you name it, whatever I actually don't want embedded into the Swift file itself will usually go into the assets folder. Now what I can do is I can load up Firefox here. Let's pause it. Okay, we're over at the Google font directory here. We're going to click on, and let's just find a couple of fonts that we really want to use. Just pick some random ones. And click download. I don't feel like donating today. Click on checkout, and we'll save that. Cherry cream soda, and then we'll go back. Let's find one more font that we can use. Let's use Chewy. Download that one as well. Okay, so we've got two fonts downloaded. I want to move out of that, and that. Go to Orbitron here, and go to downloads. Alright, so we have cherry cream soda and chewy here. So we're going to extract that cherry cream soda, and we'll extract this to chewy. Now, let's go to cherry cream soda. We're going to copy this, and then we are going to paste it directly into our assets folder. There's one, cherry cream soda.ttf. Okay, now let's go back over here to Chewy. We're going to copy that as well, and we'll put that also in our assets folder. So we've got two fonts in our assets folder. Now how exactly do we work with those? Well, that's pretty easy. The first thing I want to do is I want to change this from rich text, since I don't want this affecting all rich text elements, and I'm just going to change this to header 1. Is that what I mean? That ID? Yes, header 1. Okay. And let's just have a couple other ones set up real quick. We'll put in content, and we'll put in footer. So that's all set up. Now we have to call the fonts here. So we've got at font base. Let's just do that the same way. No, that's not how it's completely funny. So we'll just do at font base, and source is URL, two single quotes in here, / assets / cherry cream soda and call the font family, and we'll call that, let's call it cherry cream soda. Okay. now we'll close that off. And we'll make one more. We'll call this font base source URL is assets and chewy.pdf. And the same goes here. We'll put font family chewy. Should be good to go. So here's what we need. The first thing we're going to do, the style is we're going to put font family, and then we'll just put cherry green soda. And then we'll do the same thing for the content. All we do is the same font. But we're going to make this 18. And then for footer, font family is chewy. And we'll use a font size of 24 there. Okay, so that is saved. Can't resolve source. Where did I place that asset folder? I must have screwed up. Okay, so we're going to move this into a source folder. Okay, that should be right. So, I don't know how that happened. I must not have been paying attention. Anyway, okay, so we've got an assets folder in there. It's got the two fonts that we need, and you see that header 1 is Cherry Cream Soda 24. So, if we go back to the MXML file and we run it as is right now, this is Cherry Cream Soda, 15 pixel margins on the top and on the left, okay, and that's awesome. Okay, so step number 2, we are going to go to, I'll go to laurenmipson.com just for kicks. And I need to learn more about how to work with paragraphs in Flash Builder, but that's alright. For now, we're going to go back to Flash Builder and we're going to do another rich text, rich text, and we're going to do an ID of content, and we will give that a Y position of 150 and a left position, left margin of 15, and then we're going to put some text, and the text will be simply, this is content. And you know what, we also have to do a right margin on this, because otherwise it'll just come over right off the stage. So put right 15 as well, and we'll just paste this in here, and should be that. So we're going to end that tag, and then we'll do another rich text, and we'll give this an ID requirement. Maybe about an ID footer, and we'll give that a bottom of 15, and we'll give that a horizontal center of 0, and we're just going to put some temporary text in here, just saying this is the footer. Okay, so we've got that set up. So this should all come out just the way I expected. Let's click run again on here, see what we got. Yes, we have a header here, we have a paragraph here, and we have this is the footer. Now the only problem is we can't select this text, and honestly I want to do something about this footer too. I want to make it a little more real to what you would typically see on a web page. So how do I plan on accomplishing that? Well, I am going to put, let's see, how do we want to go about this? Alright, well, the footer we're not going to make selectable. So that's the first things first. We're going to change this rich text to a label, and that's just not for any other reason than like, well, I don't even have to do that. Got that. Alright, let's just undo that. Alright, now, text. This is where we're looking at. We want to have a footer that says designed by Kevin J. Masaki, and we'll put a copyright in here, which is simply, not simply anything. It should be something as simple as ampersand copy, but now we have, in Flex we have number 169. So that's the copyright. Now we also want to have the year, so that will simply be 1999 dash. Now here is where things get a bit different. We need to do some kind of binding here, which really isn't binding at all. It's just a call to a function, new date, and we're going to put dot full year, and then after that we will put my text solution. Okay, that should do it. Let's see what we got here. So go to run this again. We're going to get an error. The data binding will not be able to detect assignments to full year. Well, I'm not assigning anything to full year. Full year is part of the date function. I don't understand that. I don't care. It's not an error that I really, it's just a warning. So let's run that again. And we should get, yeah, this is the home page header, this is some content, and here is a footer. Okay, I apologize, I had to step away for a moment. But as you can see, the text here is still not selectable. So, what we must do now is go back to Flash Builder. And I know this is not going to make a lot of sense. It's okay. Why is it not going to put it in here? Okay, so we're back in Flash Builder here. And what we have to do here, actually, is we have to, instead of the rich text, this is kind of a janky workaround. I don't know why it's like this, but we are going to replace each one of these rich text calls with rich editable text. So, paste that there, there, and there. So now we will save it, and we'll run it again. And we have the same thing, except there's a problem. We select on this text, we can edit this. Not that it saves or anything, but this is an edit of the home page. Now, it looks kind of weird to have a web page that someone else can edit, even though it won't save. And these blue lines here just don't belong at all. So what to do? Well, the only solution we have is to go back to Flash Builder again, and then we can type in editable equals false. Same thing on the next two lines. Editable, let's just do a space so we can have the autocomplete, false, and false. Typically I like to have my ID first, but it really does not matter whatsoever. So we're going to run this again. And we shall see that yes, we can select that funny box isn't coming up. We can't just put in a bunch of text. We can't do anything. But we can, in fact, select that and search Google. Or you don't want to do that. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, that's the Flash. I was outside of Flash. HTML for something. Copy. Now we can paste this in, and we'll just find some goofy stuff about me and other people that has nothing to do with me. Okay, so that is that. If we refresh this, we'll see that yes, in fact, this is all selectable just the way we wanted it. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.